Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft.
Hello everyone. I've been meaning to make this mage deck video for quite some time, but there were some nerfs to the deck and I was like, well, maybe it won't be as powerful as it was. But it's still a very easy deck and a very powerful deck. So let me just show you what's going on. Hang on, let me lower the volume a little bit. Just so you can hear me. Okay, so this is like the, I think it was called the Giant deck. And it consists of 2 Frostbolts, a Bloodmage Thalnos, Doomsayer, 2 Loot Hoarders, 2 Novice Engineers, 2 Arcane Intellects, 2 Frost Novas, 2 Ice Barriers, 2 Ice Blocks, 2 Cone of Colds, 2 Fireballs, 2 Blizzards, a Flamestrike, Alexstrasza, 2 Pyroblast, 2 Mountain Giants and 2 Molten Giants. Now the way that I play it, and it's very simple, you can play it in different directions. Usually at the start I try to go for a Novice Engineer with an Arcane Intellect to get a card draw out, and use that to play my Molten Giant, which costs 1 less for each other cards in your hand. So at turn 4, perhaps even 5, depends if you have the coin or not, you can have a 8 out of 8 beast on the field, and not everybody is ready for that. Say that my opponent is really good and he manages to deal a bunch of damage. I have a Molten Giant, which costs 1 less for each damage your hero has taken. So when you're around 15 health, it becomes really cheap. Say that you're low on health and you're about to die, you have 2 ice blocks. That is, when your hero takes fatal damage, prevent it, become immune this turn. That means that they can't kill you. And even if you are dead low, you can always use Ice Barrier, which gives you 8 armor if you're directly attacked. Plus an Alexstrasza, which will push you back to 15 health or lower the other one to 15 health. Say all of that is not working, the field is overrun, then you have a ton of crowd control. You have a Doomsayer, which at the start of your turn destroys all minions, and if you combo that with a Frost Nova, that means that you freeze all the minions on the field. So unless your opponent uses a removal, unless he uses silence or a charge card, he's going to die, and all his minions are going to be wiped out, and that's a really easy clear. Now say all of that is still not enough. You have your Cone of Cold, which freezes 3 minions. You have your Flamestrike, which deals 4 damage to all enemy minions. 2 Blizzards, which deals 2 damage and freezes them. And in the end, if your Molten Giant tactic fails, you always have Alexstrasza to push them to 15. 2 Pyroblast at the end of the game, 20 damage, GG, well played. That's pretty much the deck. It's simple, any idiot can work it, especially because I've been using it, so that should be saying enough. And I'm currently at rank 10, I believe, in Constructed. Yeah, rank 10. Previous reset I was around rank 4 to 5 with this deck, and that was even after the nerf, so it's pretty damn good. So let's take a look at how the deck works. A Druid. Alrighty. Love what they've done with the place. This isn't normal, by the way, the purple stuff. I think it was because I was windowed. But anyways, I've got a Loot Hoarder, which gives me a draw a card on death. So I'm going to keep him, hope for a Arcane Intellect to get a bit of card draw going. I do get my Mountain Giant, so he's in the pocket. Now Druid and Paladins, those are the 2 you want to look out for. They hurt me the most, especially Druid decks with a Ysera in it. Or a Paladin who's directly designed to counter the Mage deck. Those suck the most. You also have the Warlock Murloc deck, and if you don't have enough AoE at the start, you're pretty much screwed, but besides that, yeah. Now before I started this recording, I won 2 matches, so we'll see how this goes. And I draw a Novice Engineer, so next turn I'll play her. Maybe I'll get an Arcane Intellect. Nope, I get an Ice Barrier. And a Fireball. Okay. Novice Engineer it is. And one of the things that you have to be careful of with this deck is keep an eye on how many cards you have in your hands and in your deck, because you'll drain it real quick. And so far he isn't playing anything. He's just using his abilities to take care of my cards, which is fine. I don't have the coin, but I do get another Loot Hoarder, so I'll play him. Do a little Fireball. And see where we go from there. In comes the Mana Crystal. And he plays a Druid of the Claw, which is a taunt card. Now I still can't play anything. So I'm just gonna ram him in there. There we go. Which allows me to play my giants. Now he's saving his cards. That's often not a good sign. He does a swipe and then he's going in for the blow, which is fine. Those giants are not the end game objective. They're just to burn some of his removals, get into end game. Let's see where we go from there. I place my ice block. That will be handy later on. Say that we get at the end of the game and I have to make a decision between 10 damage or letting myself be killed. You're not going to let yourself die. So then the choice with the ice block on becomes real simple. I get a Flamestrike, which is not good enough. I could play my Bloodmage Thalnos, which I'm gonna do. Gonna do Frostbolt and a Fireball. And so far he really isn't damaging me or not doing anything special anyways. A Bloodmage almost also gives me a card, so hopefully I'll get another giant. Look, I'm already at 17 cards. Goes real quick. But anyways, let's see what we get. Excuse me if I'm a little bit rambly, I just woke up. Yeah, look, Ancient of War. Boom, 10 health. Because why not? In comes the Arcane Intellect, so let's use that one. A Molten Giant, so getting some damage wouldn't be a problem actually. Yeah. So I'm just gonna deal 7 damage to him. And should I ram Bloodmage in it? Yeah, let's do it. Cool, and turn. And an Ironbark Protector. Jesus, Druid, you've got a lot of big hearts. Now, I wouldn't say no to my Doomsayer, actually, but I'm not so lucky. Is it wisdom to play Alexstrasza at this point? It would lower him significantly. I could also go with a Cone of Cold, freezes minions, but I like getting damage at this point, so let's go with Alexstrasza. Maybe we'll draw into a Pyroblast. Now he probably has a couple of healing cards in his deck. And the Druid healing is 8, which is a whole bunch. There you go, healing touch for only 3 mana. So yeah. Yeah, always when you turn on on fraps it goes so horribly wrong. Always, always, always. Alright buddy, come on, hit me. I wanna play my Molten Giant. Hit me! Come on, hit me. Why are you taking so long? Should I ram my 8 out of 8 protector in it? Or do I have something else? Oh, I have Starfall. And I can use my other one. Ah, that's fine. Thank you for that damage. There's the Pyroblast. Would be a bit of a waste to use it at this point. Now, if I play my Molten Giants, I don't really have anything to follow it up with. Which is a bit of a shame, to be honest. But then again, he would be out on the field. Which is always handy. And if he decides to ram his protector in it. Yeah, the problem is I already used Alexstrasza, so he already used some of his healing. So I'm now depending on my own damage dealers in the magic spell department. So... Yep. Card draw. A blizzard. Yeah, it's not what I was hoping for. I was actually hoping for my Doomsayer. So I'm just gonna sit it out one more turn. Placing my ice armor. See where we go from there. He was called Hegemon. Digivolves into Malfurion Mon. What? Lovely purple stuff. Yes, you're gonna ram yourself into the little thingy majig. That's fine. Oh, you're attacking me. Oh, okay. That's also cool. Cool, cool, cool. Ah, whoosh. And another protector. Come on, give me my Doomsayer. Another ice barrier. Okay, let's get you out. And let's freeze these bastards. Be done with it. Jeez, man. Did you just decide to make a deck with a whole bunch of protectors in it? That's also a possibility, I suppose.
What to do?
What to do?
I must safeguard.
Okay, he silences his protector thingy. That means he can attack again. That hurts. What else do you have? Nourish. He's going for the card draw. He has 12 cards left, but I have 9. Okay. Gonna get Ice Barrier up, another Giant, and freeze them again. With a Fireball to the face. Yup. End turn. Now if I could break his defense, that would be awesome. There would be 16 damage in there. But this deck doesn't contain any sheeps, so I can't sheep his taunt card. Doesn't have any silences. So probably next turn I'll go in with a Blizzard, and the turn after that I'll probably use a Flamestrike to get rid of all of it. Meanwhile he also uses some of his removals on my Giants. And he heals up for another 8 health. Fantastic. There's a Mountain Giant. Frost Nova into Mountain Giants. Yeah. Sounds like a fantastic plan. Yeah, buddy, you're not the only one with big cards. Okay, he's getting spell damage out. Uh-oh.
I must safeguard.
And again, he silences his protector. But thankfully we have the 8 armor thing. That's good. Okay then. I think it's time for the Blizzard. Oh, you have more. A Harvest Golem. Okie dokie. Freeze all minions. Nah. That puts them down to 4. Yep. Cool. Now hopefully he doesn't have another big ass protector. That would suck. We'll see.
My shield for Argus.
Okay, he buffs up his protectors. That's fine. Can still take care of that. Unless he takes care of my little 1/1. I hope not. Don't attack the 1/1, right? Nah, you don't want to do that. Ha! Cool. There's another ice block. So, it's killing time. 4 damage. 1 damage. 1 damage. 16 damage to the face. There you go. Can you hear the pigeon in the background? We have pigeons. It's awesome. Alright, he has another Ancient of Lore. And he goes for the card draw instead of the... What? Instead of restoring 5 health. Okay. That's an interesting choice. So unless he has... He thinks he can finish me off at this turn. Surely not. Buddy, I think you just sealed your own fate. I mean, I have a Pyroblast. It wouldn't matter anyways. But yeah. Look at the freaking Mario Brothers over here, man. It's awesome.
Mind if I roll knee?
Okay, Loot Hoarder. Innovate. I wonder what he has. He's going for the card draw of 1 mana. Ah. Interesting. GG. And that's the game. 16 damage to the face. And I didn't have to use any... Well, I did. I did use Alexstrasza, the legendary. Yep. So that's one game. I'm just gonna reboot Hearthstone to get the purple stuff out of there. Hang on. Alrighty, let's see. Hopefully that fixed it. Ah. It didn't fix it. Alright. Wonder what's going on with this then.
You asked for it.
And it almost looks nearly identical to what I had the first round. Oh well. At least it's a different person. It's Happy Feet. And once again I start off with a Loot Hoarder, Arcane Intellect, and this time I also have the coin. So hopefully there will be a Giant early on. We'll see. I also have a Molten Giant, so taking damage is not a problem. And I draw an Ice Barrier. That's not what I want. Huh. And thankfully it's again a Druid. And maybe this one is the one with Icera. Goes for the Wild Growth. Now Druid is very powerful, especially in the endgame. I just don't know how to play him. It's similar to the Rogue. I mean, Rogue can combo like you won't believe, but you also need to know what you're actually doing, and that's with this mage deck you don't really need to know. So he's going for the anti-mana crystals. He's getting crystals real fast. He's already at 5, while I'm still at 2. 3 next turn. So yeah, I wonder what he's going to summon. There's another Molten Giant. Come on, I want the other Giants. Give it. Nope. No Giants for me. And now there's going to come a beast you won't believe.
Where shall I
Druid of the Clock. Huh. Interesting. I get a Pyroblast, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cards. So I'm going to need to use something. And I don't really want to use my Ice Barrier, but... don't really have a choice at this point. Yeah, that sucks. He's getting the spell damage Azure Drake. There goes my Ice Barrier. Now, like I said, I wanted to take damage, actually. Come on, give me my Giants. Nope. Yeah, Fireball is really nice, but I would like to use it to his face. So let's do this. Not the optimal start right here, I can tell you that much. Oh well.
Where shall I
And another Druid of the Claw. Yay! And he's attacking Bloodmage Thalnos for the damage. And I get a freaking Ice Block. Jesus. Ice Block and a Frostbolt. Well, don't have much choice, so I'll just Fireball him, freeze him, end my turn. And getting damage is great, but not as much damage as he had on the field. Okay then, Ascension Shieldmaster. You don't often see these cards anymore, jeez. Okay. So, finally, a bit of damage. And I get an ice block as a reward. Fine, place an ice block, get that one. And that's the thing with Hearthstone, I mean, you can build the best decks out there. If you don't get the cards, you don't get the cards. Right, we're down at 11. Yes, what you gonna do? You spend all the time getting your mana crystals up and you're not even playing something. What the hell? Okay. Loot Hoarder. But of course. Why wouldn't be a Loot Hoarder? Now, I could take care of his dragon. If I was him, I wouldn't attack my Loot Hoarder with a dragon. So I'm just gonna fireball the dragon. Because I have a Flamestrike in my pocket, that's 4 damage. I'm still waiting for him to play something. 2, 4, 6, 7 cards. Okay, he's healing up his dragon. What the hell am I fighting right now? This is confusing, man. There are a set amount of decks that you see at the end. And look, I have 13 cards left and still no giants. Oh, isn't life fantastic? Okay, 3, 6, 9. Yep, let's get some giants out. Next turn I can do Flamestrike, deal 1 damage to the Tasdingo guy, the Shieldmaster, go in for 16 damage. He does a Starfire in combo with a Swipe. Ah, keep it off the Grove, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so bam, bam, thank you man. So right now I have 18 damage, that's not enough to kill him yet, but... What kind of cards are you hoping for? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Jesus. He restores 3 health, okay. And armor's up, that's fine. No, I'm not going to use my Pyroblast just yet. I'm gonna Ice Barrier, go in for 6, get a card draw, 8 damage.
Job's done. Truth is my
He puts up another taunt card. Can I deal with that? Yeah, I can. And he places up 2 taunt cards, because why would you take my Molten Giant if you can go for a cow? I mean, yeah, it just makes sense. Let's see. Pyroblast to the face? Yeah, sounds like fun. Now I could attack one of his cows, but meh. I mean, he can heal himself with 8. Yep, healing touch. I still have a blizzard if I need to survive another round. This is a charge card. And he busts him up. Okay, so he's activating my... Okay, that's not what I was hoping for, but okay. It's cool. Now what he did right there is he might not have expected this card, but if you see a mage with a trap up and he's not afraid of getting hit, always attack him with your lowest attack at the end. Because now I have 4 health left. That's not ideal for him. 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah? Yeah. So now he's put himself up to 14 again. Now I could Frostbolt it. So let's put this one up for safety. And the freeze does affect them when they're shielded. Let's do that. Let's take care of one of them. Just in case, you never know. He might have another Argent commander in there somewhere.
I must
Ah,
safeguard.
or he silences his Argent commander. That's also possible, of course. And now I'm in a bit of trouble. Oh boy. Not a taunt card? Jeez. Phew, Frost Nova. Thank you for saving my life. Frost Nova into Molten Giant, yup. Take care of that one. Now he could decide to kill off my giant with his own attack. He might still have removals, that's also possible. What you gonna do, Happy Feet? But as he doesn't, if he can't get rid of this with a removal, I've won. Because then I'll take out of his taunt card, I'll go in for 8 damage, finish it off with Pyroblast. Victory. Usually when they take ours, that means that they're in a bad position.
What to do?
Goes for the card draw. I mean, the Druid has plenty of... Oh, swipe. Ouch! Ouch! That's the game! That's a shame. Okay then. Well, we've lost. That's cool. Let's do another one. Still need to finish my quest anyways. Now let's face off against something that's not a druid, shall we? A hunter. The leader 14.
Let the hunt begin.
You asked for it.
Hunter. Well, yeah, it kind of depends on what kind of deck he's playing. I mean, Hunter has been pretty weak. But then again, I also saw a face roll deck from a Hunter. So yeah, it depends on what he's playing. Let's just find out.
Hello.
Greetings, traveler.
He's going in for the crystal. What's he gonna play?
Mind if I roll me?
A Loot Hoarder. Alright. Fine. I'll just play my Novice Engineer.
Like my invention. One shot, one.
Which he takes care of with an Elven Archer. Alright. That's fine. Once again, I don't mind taking damage, especially if it's that low amount. Here, there's my Molten Giant, there's my Ice Barrier. That's perfectly fine. He comes in with the Eagle Horn Bow. Whenever the Seeker is revealed, gains 1 durability. So next turn he'll probably play a Secret. Yeah. I don't want to give him the card draw just yet, so I'm gonna go with Novice Engineer. Take care of that one.
Job's done.
I like that it's open beta now. You see cards that I haven't seen in months, man. It's awesome. And he uses Eagle Horn Bow before he plays another trap card. Okay. That's fine. I'm now at 15 health, so I could play my Giants. But this turn I'm just gonna play it safe. Gonna place an Ice Block. Now Hunters do have a way of removing your secrets. They have a card called Flare, which gives them a card draw and removes your secrets. Okay, Wolf Rider. Might have been better to use my Ice Block, but oh well. That's the way it goes. At least my Molten Giant is free now. So Molten Giants into Ice Block. Is that one called Ice Block? Ice Barrier, sorry. Into that one. Now hopefully he'll attack me directly. That would be my favorite option. Probably not, but that's okay. Alright, he deals... Nah, he's going for the Molten Giant. Okay, it's cool. I get an Alexstrasza, so I get to heal up real quick, real soon even. So I'm not going to use my Fireball just yet. I want to wait for Alexstrasza. And just give you a little Fireball. There you go. Ooh, Argent Commander. Alrighty then. Hunter is on the move. Damn. Alright. That's fine. Because we get another Molten Giant. We get to remove him for low cost. Mountain Giant, can I still play it? Yes, I can. Should I play it? 4 damage. Still have an Ice Block. Can play Alexstrasza next turn. Why not? Could have even made him cheaper if I wanted to. But yeah. Let's go to the face. If he doesn't remove my giants, I've won already. What are you doing, buddy? I've won. Check it, check it, check it. Gonna put him on 15. And go in for 16 damage. Bye bye. So simple. So very, very simple. Ah well. That's the mage for you. That's the mage for you. Need to win one more. So let's see what we get. Another Druid. Oh man, why?
I must protect the wild.
You asked for it.
Okay, here we go again. Novice Engineer. I'll keep you. Exchange the other ones. Give me something good. Did they change the look of gold cards? Huh. Interesting. Check it. Looks awesome. Right, he doesn't play anything with his turn.
Hello.
I have Novice Engineer, Arcane Intellect, hopefully into a Giant. Should be fun.
I hope you like my invention.
Molten Giants. Not the giant I was hoping for. There he is, Mountain Giant. Cool. Fun times are going to be had. And as you can see, he's at 4. So the next turn I can play him. He comes out with a Chillwind Yeti. So that's 4 damage to my giant. But that's okay. The giant is mainly there to absorb some hits. That's his main purpose. Do I want to use my coin? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. No. No. I mean, the Druid does have a card that is a removal and it gives your opponent like 3 cards. That would suck if he had that in his deck, but yeah. That's a risk you just gotta take. Yes, what you gonna do?
Where shall I strike?
Alright, he plays a Druid of the Claw. Which I can remove with my Fireball. Should I? Yeah, let's do it. Should I take care of his Yeti? I still have a Molten Giant, so I don't see why. Dee, 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 dee.
I have no time.
Oh, look. Now you see why. Bloody Sylvanas Windrunner. Who the hell has a Sylvanas Windrunner these days? Could he remove Sylvanas himself? He could. Potentially. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna freeze him on the spot. And place an ice barrier on myself. Is that the right move? Nah, not really. Nope, that was kind of silly. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's go for the card draw instead. Molten Giant, Mountain Giant even. I mean, he could swipe his own minions. I just don't know if that also works on his minions. Probably does. It would be the best option in this case. Nope, he uses Starfall. Okay. And Wrath. Buddy, why didn't you deal 5 damage to a minion? So why didn't you just use it up? Okay. So at this turn... Yeah, the problem is I can Fireball Sylvanas, which is fun. But I won't be able to play my Mountain Giant in the same turn. I do have a Pyroblast, but we're far away from Pyroblast time. Loot Hoarder. Yeah, Loot Hoarder sounds like fun. So yeah, for next, for other people who use Sylvanas, if you can kill her off yourself, just do it. Okay, he chooses to kill off my Loot Hoarder with a removal. Gets himself also a card draw. I get an ice block. Place up a taunt card. Okie dokie. Gonna go Mountain Giant into ice block, into removing her shields. So now, if he wanted to, he could remove my giants, but he would also have to sacrifice 2 of his minions. Which I'm perfectly fine with. But nope, he's going for the face.
I've got the beast in my...
And he removes it with Big Game Hunter. Well played. And Azure Drake. Alright. Well, I was thinking about Cone of Colding them. Which I might still do. But then again, I also draw into a Blizzard. I have 9 mana. So let's go into a Blizzard with Ice Barrier. There you go. What? Didn't I just play Ice Barrier? Or is it lagging out again? Ooh, look, it's a golden Azure Drake. Pretty. So next turn I can go Blizzard, remove his taunt card. I place another one. So next turn I can go in for the taunt card myself with my giants. He goes in for another card draw. Ah, there he is. Just took a little moment. I could go Bloodmage Thalnos, which I think I'm gonna do. Kill off his Drake. Kill off his taunt card. That means he could swipe my Molten Giant, but that's fine. As long as the 8 damage remains. It's perfectly cool. And why I play Bloodmage Thalnos first is because he gives you 1 extra spell damage. So whenever something does, like Blizzard does 2 damage, with Bloodmage Thalnos on the field it does 3 damage. And he concedes, well played. And there you go, that's the mage deck. And you might say, well Noble, that's just not fair. No, it really isn't. And 60 gold earned, 10 gold for 3 games. And what they did the other day, they nerfed several cards, right? Let me show you. That was the previous patch. They nerfed, like the freezing abilities, they cost 1 extra mana. The Pyroblast cost 2 extra mana. This used to be 8 mana. But the problem isn't the mana cost. The problem is that it deals 10 damage and nobody can do anything about it. The only thing that you can actively do in that turn is play a mage yourself with either the Silence Trap card or the Ice Block Trap card that makes you immune for damage for 1 turn. Other than that, you're completely open. And you can heal out the damage, of course. People have been designing decks to change it. But as you can see in the current ranking that I am, it works perfectly fine. Rank 10, I mean, that's not something to piss on, right? It's not legendary, of course, but I think you could reach a very high rank with this deck. Definitely. The Alexstrasza combo with the Mountain Giants or the Molten Giants, now that's sort of a strategy, right? You need to plan ahead and you need to do some thinking before you can actually do Pyroblast. And if Pyroblast isn't enough, these 2 fireballs deal 12 damage for 8 mana. I mean, you gotta have both cards, but still, that's 12 damage that you can't do anything about it. So what would I suggest to actually nerf it to something that actually works? Give it a 50% chance to hit. I mean, that would be something. Give it, yeah, what else could they do? Give it, if you have a taunt card, you can't use it, for example. Just a couple of things besides just nerfing the amount of mana that it costs. Because with all the other cards, like Cone of Cold, Ice Block, what else do we have? Frostbolt that freezes it, Blizzard. You know, there's nothing really that you can do with your minions. And then it just becomes a waiting fest and waiting to get hit by that 10 damage. Anyways, that's the deck, guys. I'll place the deck in the description. I've got it from Force Strategy Gaming, like all my decks. Check him out on YouTube. I love his Hearthstone videos. Great explanation. And yeah, hope you have fun. And until next time, guys. See ya!